Manchester United in talks with PSG over a swap deal involving Jadon Sancho in exchange for Manuel Ugarte. United apparently targeting 2 more signings before the end of the summer transfer window, and Bruno Fernandes signs a new contract. These are some of the stories we will be discussing on this evening's show. But before we get into that, please do me one small favor. Smash a like on today's video. Let's try and see 1,500 likes on this episode. And if this is your first time watching, please do subscribe to the channel. We're on the road to 40k subscribers. We're very, very close now. So if this is your first time watching, please do subscribe. We're live every day at 8:30, 1:30 and 6. Right, let's start the show off by talking a little bit about Bruno Fernandes, because it has been confirmed in the last few hours that Bruno Fernandes has just signed a new contract at Manchester United until 2027. A 3-year contract, which will see the currently 29-year-old be here until he is 32. Now, apparently, he's been given the biggest wages out of any player at Manchester United. He is now the top earner alongside Casemiro, reportedly earning somewhere around £350,000 per week. How does everybody feel about that? Like, do you think Bruno Fernandes getting a new contract is the correct decision? Do you think he deserves the money? I personally do. I think there's no argument, really. If Casemiro is on 350k a week, then Bruno Fernandes should be as well. If Marcus Rashford's on 300 grand a week, Bruno has to be paid more than Rashford, I'm sorry. And even at the moment, Mason Mount is paid more than Bruno Fernandes. Bruno's our captain. He's our best player. He gets the best assists. He never misses a game. He gives 150%. And I think when you add all of those things up, should Manchester United be paying 350k a week to any player? Probably not. In the current situation, Bruno should be rewarded when you've got other players at the club who offer less, earning more. So I'm really happy for Bruno. I think 3 more years is probably about the right amount of time. That will mean he'll be 32 years of age by the time his current deal expires. So no problem with that. Looking forward to see what Bruno does next season. So yeah, really, really happy. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section on Bruno Fernandes. How do you feel about that deal? Moving on from that, I want to react to a story that came out a couple of hours ago from multiple different journalists here in the UK, reporting that Manchester United are targeting 2 more signings this summer. The story reports that Manchester United are looking to sign a midfielder and a left back. Now, what I want you to let me know is, what midfielder should Manchester United sign and what left back should Manchester United sign? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. The story also says that Manchester United are apparently targeting an attacking player, but it does say that apparently Sancho has to be sold in order to finance that deal. Now, in relation to a midfielder, the priority is obviously Manuel Ugarte. We'll talk about him in a minute, but we're also linked to Youssouf Fofana. In relation to Fofana, unfortunately, in the last couple of minutes, AC Milan have just submitted a 20 million euros bid, an official bid. This was reported by Fabrizio Romano to AC Milan. Sorry, AC Milan have submitted the bid to Monaco, 20 million euros plus add-ons. Apparently, this still isn't going to be enough to get the deal done. Monaco are demanding 25 million euros. I think that's a bargain, to be honest. Like, if AC Milan get Youssouf Fofana for only 25 million euros, which is like 20 million pounds, I honestly think that would be a bargain. 25 years of age, obviously a French international, very, very good midfielder. And is there a world where Man United try and hijack this deal now? I mean, if I was Manchester United, I would, because as much as I want Manuel Ugarte, our Premier League starts on Friday. We literally, 48 hours from now, will be playing in the Premier League, and we desperately need to get somebody in before that. So if Manuel Ugarte isn't going to happen, we'll talk about him in a minute, then Youssouf Fofana for me is the next best option. Obviously, there's people like Zubimendi, but he clearly doesn't want to leave Real Sociedad, so he's not really an option. There is other people like Rabiot and Amrabat, but I still think that Youssouf Fofana, at the age of 25, presents better value for money on the market than Amrabat at the age of 28, 29. But you can let me know, what midfielder should Manchester United sign? And then in relation to a left back, at the moment, the main options are Sergio Reguilon from Tottenham, Marcos Alonso, who obviously was at Barcelona, but his contract has expired and he is available as a free agent. Those are the kind of 2 main profiles we're looking at the moment. There is also some murmurs saying that we might go for Ferdi Kadioglu. At the moment, it seems like he's a little bit too expensive for what Manchester United can afford. And it looks like Ferdi Kadioglu is probably going to end up at Brighton. Brighton submitted a bid of £30 million for Ferdi Kadioglu a couple of days ago. So it looks more than likely that Ferdi Kadioglu will end up at Brighton. We will miss out on him, which is disappointing. But when you look at all the options all the players that we still need to sign in key positions, I can understand why paying 30 million is maybe seen as a little bit excessive for a left back. But let me know your thoughts. Who should Manchester United sign as the new left back? The other option, which we always have, is Jarrad Branthwaite. Obviously, he can play at left-sided centre-back and he can play at left-back. There are still some murmurs coming out from reliable journalists saying that apparently Manchester United will go in with a late-minute bid for Jarrad Branthwaite. Everton are still demanding £70 million, which, let's be honest, is absolutely astronomical for a player who isn't worth 70 million. I think we can all agree on that. He's probably a £50 million player tops, and that's probably being a bit generous. But we'll wait and see how it progresses in the final weeks of the window. I do think that at the moment, Jarrad Branthwaite is going to be a little bit too expensive for Manchester United. Now, the final story I've got for you today is on Manuel Ugarte. And the latest on Ugarte is that apparently Manchester United are trying to do a swap deal involving Jadon Sancho in exchange for Manuel Ugarte. And some people are saying, this is coming from The Independent and it's coming from Manchester Evening News, saying that apparently they see Jadon Sancho as the way of unlocking a deal for Manuel Ugarte. Apparently PSG want to take Sancho on loan with an obligation to buy, and Manchester United want to mirror that deal with Manuel Ugarte. So we take Ugarte on loan for 1 season, and then at the end of the season, we buy him probably for 50, 60 million euros, which is their asking price. Now, if we can get PSG to agree to, say, 60 million for Jadon Sancho on loan with an obligation to buy, and then we go and buy Manuel Ugarte for the same amount of money, I would be happy with that. That would make a lot of sense, because the most important thing for me is we're desperate for a number 6. We're desperate for a central defensive midfielder. And as it stands at the moment, we don't have that. And our wing positions are absolutely swamped with options. You've got Anthony Garnacho, Rashford, Pellistri, Ahmad. Obviously, Bruno Fernandes plays on the wing sometimes. Mason Mount can play on the wing. Like, there are so many options that we have for our wing positions. We've literally got about 7 or 8 players to fill 2 positions. So Jadon Sancho is realistically surplus to requirements, I think. And this season for me is all about Ahmad. Like, Ahmad deserves to get as much game time as possible. He's waited patiently. He's shown us that he has the quality to play for Manchester United. And Jadon Sancho for me is so far down the pecking order now that the best thing for the player and for the club will be for him to leave. And if we can get PSG to agree to this deal, that would be absolutely perfect. Fabrizio Romano was talking this morning saying that apparently PSG are interested in signing him. And some reports suggest that Jorge Mendes, who is Ugarte's agent, is apparently in England at the moment, negotiating a deal for Ugarte. And there are also talks going on for PSG to sign Jadon Sancho at the same time. So it's definitely one to keep an eye on. I think it's one that probably will happen. I know PSG have just signed that Desiree Doué guy. Apparently, they're still looking to strengthen their squad, obviously, after Kylian Mbappe left the club. What was it? About a month ago for no money. So, yeah, it's definitely one to keep an eye on. And I think that Manuel Ugarte to Manchester United has been a very drawn-out saga, but I am confident that we will get this deal over the line. It might just take another week or so. But I'm going to wrap the video up here, guys. As you can see, I'm in a different location. I'm not at home. I'm away at the moment. So I'll be back tomorrow. So normal videos will resume from tomorrow onwards. Have a great evening, everybody. Please make sure to like the video and subscribe before you go. This has been Daily Red Devil, and I'll catch you all on the next one. Bye for now.